Hello, this is C.R.P.H.A. I am, of course, a advocate. I've been advocating in my own way, granted, since 2004. We're going to be talking about different things here. One first, though, I have many interactions with many different people, even when I'm out and about advocating. Of course, I don't advertise it when I do that anyway. But today, I did have an interaction with one complete idiot. Um, he thinks that Hillary did have a clear plan for our youth and everything, and I told him no, she did not. Basic fact is that he wants to believe what the liberals want many people to believe. He wants to believe that Hillary did have a clear plan for this country and for our youth, which basically she didn't. Nothing that would keep this country and the American people safe. Nothing that would keep the youth of this country educated and safe. Thereby, also, we would have less and less jobs. He doesn't realize that. Of course, he take it from the truly misinformed and he was the very one on the bus 25 route over in Sacramento, California. Um, right, right near the Safeway, right at the Safeway bus stop on Manzanita and Fair Oaks Boulevard. And just because I am a conservative Republican voter, he called me stupid. Logically, I don't care who votes for who, but you do not plainly call a person stupid just because they have a certain choice of who they want to vote for. And if this person is watching this video, watch the other videos and see what I say. And you will see that everything I've said on every one of the videos of my advocate videos are more than 100% truth and fact. And if you don't go by that, why don't you look at the papers of the particular issues that I have discussed on each video? The basic fact is that when I was talking to one young woman in a motorized wheelchair, is when the dumbass started jumping into a conversation that had no involvement with him in the fucking first place. That's one thing I don't like about Sacramento. They always think they can just jump into any little conversation, even if it doesn't involve them, and even if the person or persons, whichever the case, does not interact with them while talking about a particular situation or issue, no matter if it's political or not political, educational or not educational, or what have you else, especially when it comes to employment and when it comes to current presidential situations or issues. I've been running into that each time I'm in Sacramento, and I don't like that. And people need to quit doing that if they truly respect other people. Because if they do that, then you might as well say you don't respect yourself if you keep on doing that. Plus, it shows very, very low opinion of oneself being you. And get this, he didn't believe that I'm an advocate. And again, if he's watching this video, you will see everything I have worked on each video. And I have 100% people behind me on every issue and situation that I've talked about. And if you can't have a open mind of things and only a one-track liberal mind, then something is definitely wrong with you, dude. Because everybody else who voted for Hillary, I respect, but at least you know, at least most of you know not to call people stupid who voted for Trump, or call people stupid because they don't know what the heck they're talking about, or whatever the hell else. You know not to do that shit, and I pray you do know not to do that, because that's illogical, inconsiderate, and it's not part of respect of any sort in any level. So, with that said, the dude better watch what he says, or one of these days the dude's gonna get his face bashed in by somebody if it's not the one that he called stupid the first time over the 25 bus stop. So therefore, anyway, let's put it this way. And now we can go on to the topics now, actually. And the topic is one. Comey was fired by Donald Trump, as everybody already knows. The only thing is it's plainly to see. It was plainly to see actually before the person to be chosen as the successor to the liberal idiot Obama. Um, it was obvious that he had no cojones to go against Hillary when it came to the internet situation, be that emails among other things. Especially when she was in other countries that had no protection of internet security protection whatsoever freaking ever, and it was easy for anybody to hack into her system. Lo and behold, that she didn't know that. You do something when it comes to emails or even shopping online, like women like to do most of the time. If you do that in other countries and you don't have a security backup to where nobody can hack into your system, then you're up shit creek without a paddle. Literally. So there was that right there. I'd say would be the the top of the whole cake, the frosting on the cake, as it were. One main reason why is because he was only focused on this of being of possible payoff by the Clintons, or it could have been both, to where he was fearful of getting in some political trouble of his own that he thought that the Clintons could easily pull off because they're liberal backstabbing idiots. Or he was just basically focusing on, okay, maybe if I bullshit the American people, I'll still get this. You don't do that. I don't care if you're an FBI director. I don't care if you're a CIA director. I don't care what any part of the political and non-political government you are in the United States. To begin with, you do not do that to your own people. You are there as a FBI director, Comey, to serve and protect the American people and serve and protect and uphold the Constitution equally to the president and many of our senators. Even though a number of our liberal senators do not know how to do that logically. Of course, neither did Obama, because Obama kept on trying to go against the Constitution of this country. I find it interesting is that also is that the one thing I told the woman in the wheelchair, in the motorized wheelchair over at the 25 bus stop, even before the dumbass interrupted illogically, is that right when I told her exactly what I do, she thought it was cool, and she said that she wishes there was a lot more people like myself. I more than appreciate that when I hear that. Seriously. Um, but also when I told her about what it was said that Hillary was planning to do if she was president, is that she was about to take out the Fourth Amendment. I'm not going to say that was an actuality. I'm not going to say that was just rumor or what have you else. But many things have been said about many politicians, and sometimes they come out to be true, and sometimes they don't. But here's the one thing: though. Just because you don't like a president, like for example, our current president, like the idiot doesn't like, he said Heil Trump, whatever the hell, like if he's Hitler, and he's not Hitler. The basic fact is that many people are too quick to judge when they know it takes time for many positive things to happen. The woman knew this when I explained it to her. Especially, I didn't have to say too much to that aspect, but obviously you have to say more to the dumbass who called me stupid and who thought he can judge me by going right in my face. And if he does that again, and if I see him, and if he does that again, I will pelt him one because nobody does that rudely, and he had no logical reason to do it. I do it in defense, not of hate. If anybody else went into anyone else's face like that, I would have pelted him one as well, because that shows major disrespect. But here's another one. The general fact is that I'm gonna ask each and every one of you, both who are on Facebook and abroad, even who are watching this via YouTube, give Donald Trump a chance. He just like Obama, just like what was it, Clinton, George W. Bush Jr. and Senior, of course George H.W. Bush Senior, of course, and even while Reagan was in office, many people were skeptical on their actions. The one thing is, everything turned out the way it should have, positively, except for when it comes to Obama. Granted, like I said in my older videos, I respect Obama as a human being. I respect him as one of Heavenly Father's children. But his political policies were crap. They were not helpful, and supportive to the American people and this country and our youth. He may think that they are, but logically they were not. The liberals will try to fucking argue with me on that one. They can do that all they want. I don't care. They can tell me this is what it is, and I'm like, guess what? This is what it really is, and I'll tell them, and I'll explain more onto that. Besides of what I've said on each one of my videos, my older videos under NCHA, as well as the ones I've said under C.R.P.H.A. And I can tell you the person who called me an idiot and stupid is going to find that I am 100% right, and he's going to find his just desserts one way or the other. And believe me, I do appreciate, heck, I even more than appreciate people say he has a right to his own opinion, which is the damn truth. The dude who called me stupid and all this, and tried to mock Trump on top of that, which was stupid among other things. He thought, oh, ain't nobody else has a right unless they vote for a Democratic idiot. That's not the way this country was built whatso freaking ever. So logically, I do hope the person is watching this video on YouTube or Facebook if he has a Facebook, which I doubt. I don't think he knows what Facebook is anyway. Um, The other issue is, or topic actually, I should say, is the fact that Bart is now possibly being sued. As you know, there has been a number of, shall we say, um, the old West train robberies, of course, aboard the Bart trains, and with the one particular issue when it came to people being robbed at their stations and accosted and assaulted, Bart didn't really do anything, if at all, to help even prevent it from happening at any one of their stations, including the heaviest hit one, which was, I believe, Santa Rosa, California, besides Hayward, among others. Um, and the one very person that's about to sue Bart, and I back him up on this 100%, actually way more than 100%, actually. There's no number for it, really, but I do back him up on this, is that this dude was with his wife and his only his child, his daughter essentially, and they were about to celebrate her birthday by going somewhere in the city of Frisco, San Francisco, California, that is. And I believe it was either on the way up that is when the shit went the shit went down essentially, where he was practically thrown around, beaten up, what have you. Um, and uh, and his phone was stolen, his wallet possibly was stolen, his wife's purse was stolen. But at the same time, even before they found that the purse was stolen, if not maybe a minute after or before, that the mother was covering her daughter, their daughter, which I commend. I totally 100% commend you on that. I think that's a brave and courageous thing to do, and it's a very logical thing to do. But Bart's gonna have to pay not only for his new phone, uh, the wallet, the purse, and other belongings that were inside the purse and the wallet, among other things. They're also gonna have to pay for possible medical and psychiatric bills for each and every one of them. And it's going to be a pretty damn big, large amount, a lot more than the liberal, conservative, and moderate media may think. And it's within the legal standing, especially with the inside the state of California itself. Um, and believe me, I don't care. I don't care if the stations and the trains are old. Bart needs to put security cameras on the damn car. I don't care if they how many times they use the damn thing to assemble with the rest of the BART trains. You you need to have every car, old and not so old, and new ones, with security cameras on them. So if anything like this were to happen, and also make sure they're brake proof, make sure the lens is brake proof and bulletproof, among other things, and make sure the protection cover is the same way, bullet and brake proof, what have you. And the next thing, anything like that were to happen to anybody on your train, if at all, even within your stations, even if they've been in the same location for a number of years, you need to still have security cameras practically everywhere, even outside in the parking lots. And I don't mean in certain areas, I'm talking every fucking area that there is. And I don't mean to curse, but I'm being honest. Or spend hundreds of thousands of more dollars, if not more than that, to have your security that is trying to act like city police, and when they're not supposed to do, especially under the Bart name, have every one of them on every train, on in every car. That should, if at all, deter. Along with the security cameras still in the same stinking cars, old and new. And not only at the stations, not only outside in the parking lots, and I'm not talking the driving ones. I'm talking they have to go on foot as well. Okay, so do that. Unless you want to have it to where the city controls whether they have a BART system going through them or not. And if that happens, Bart, there won't be a Bart left in any part of California because no city logically would keep a system that can't do the logical, realistic things to keep their passengers safe and the customers safe, both visiting and residential passengers and customers. When it's outside the BART grounds, then of course CDP, the city and county police department has to take it upon themselves. But if it's on the BART grounds in a BART train in the BART stations, it doesn't matter what level. BART has one more than 100% responsibility to make sure that every passenger is safe without being accosted, without being robbed or raped or anything else. And if BART can't do that, they might as well shut the whole freaking system down that they've had up since the 1970s, if not late 60s, before the 70s. And another one. Here's the clincher. Mm, Now, I'd say before Comey was fired and before the report of the lawsuit that's going to be heavily on Bart, I found a news post on that said that Hillary Rodham Clinton has formed a group to try to bash Trump, for the way she put it, in the sense of debunking him in some respect. Now, that right there, ladies and gentlemen, I've said before, the liberal Democrats, including Hillary, obviously cannot get over the fact that they lost. They can't accept defeat. They can't accept that they lost hold and control over on the White House, being the American people's White House. Of course, with the liberals in the office of the president, it's not known as the American people's White House. Obama made sure of that. So did, of course, Carter. Went before Reagan, of course. um, it's interesting is that okay, like when John McCain was running for president against Obama, being that of course it was the choice that they wanted to have. Oh, McCain Obama um, election between the two parties. And granted, I know that even though McCain lost, which is a major bummer and a half, okay, The basic fact is that McCain didn't whine and bitch like a little fucking child, like the liberal Democratic idiots are, and like the liberal idiot bitch Hillary is, and like the liberal idiot fucking Jerry Brown, what was and who was called Jerry Moonbeam Brown in the 1970s. Nobody bitched, nobody whined, complained. They took it and learned from their mistakes and mishaps and what have you. But the liberals are not that logical. Hell, they're not even logical at all because it's been going on way too freaking long. It's like a damn sob story to them, and yet they're trying to they're trying to act like what they want and how they feel is more important than how the American people feel and want and what have you else. That's not logical. If the liberals really cared about the American people in this country, then they wouldn't act like little children. They would just fucking suck it up and face the fucking music and deal with the fucking fact that they lost the damn election in 2016. Because the more the resources they use in going against Trump, the one for one, and the more resources they use by trying to disrupt the positive news that can easily happen, among other things, the more chances that the liberals will not be in the next 2 to 7 elections, if not more. The more they continuously go against Trump, the more they continuously whine, bitch, and moan like little fucking children when they're supposed to be adults and professional adults at that, and they claim that they care about the American people. They're showing a complete opposite. They're not being logical. They're not being respectful to the American people. They're not being logical and realistic, and within you in the human concept as well. Because if you're truly caring political party, then you would back the fuck off and quit acting like little children and fucking suck it up and learn from your faults and mishaps, like the Republicans did when McCain lost. And if the liberals can't do that, then there's something wrong upstairs in the fucking head. Like they don't have any brains. Like Jerry Brown so far doesn't show any brains either by thinking that the American people of the state of California wanted Prop 39 to truly be about his high tax plan, when really he himself was on the advertisement advertising for Prop 39 to be, and it was set to be, even under the legislation, as for the schools of California, be that of course the funding for the schools of California. But yet, while he saw it passing, all he could think about was what he wanted. He didn't give a damn about what the American people wanted of the state of California. That is, he wanted his high tax plan. And he thought, oh, it's going to help California. It's going to help the California state budget. Bull fucking shit. It hasn't helped with one iota. Jared Brown has to learn also he can't get what he wants every time. He's not there for him. He's there for the citizens of California, whether he likes it or not. If he didn't want to be there for the citizens of California, he shouldn't have ran for a second time. And what I mean by the second time, because I know in the history books of California, he was the state of California's governor in the past. Where do you think the nickname Moonbeam Brown came about? So logically, the person who called me an idiot and dumb and stupid is obviously gonna be proven wrong because I have way too much information, and it's a good thing I have as much information as I get every day. And if he ever wanted me to advocate for him, he's gonna have to do a lot. I mean, a lot for me to actually advocate for him. The woman that backed me up by saying to start with that she wanted and she wished that there was a lot more people like myself, and also that I have a right to my opinion, which is the more than logical and more than the truth. In fact, I would advocate for her, and I will advocate for many people who respect my choice and position on many different things, and for many different reasons, as I would them. Um, the one thing, if anybody sees the person I'm referring to that called me stupid and dumb and all this other stuff, tell him, show him this video, and I can guarantee you he ain't gonna like it. But oh, freaking well, deal with it, because it is the truth of what I say, even on every one of my videos, even before this one, is more than fact and more than truth. I have one other thing though too. The for a number of times, there's been many situations going on airlines, various different reasons, um, and some not so logical. Actually, when it comes to beating one person up just because they don't agree with you, is not really logical at all. Making a person bleed while dragging his ass out of the damn plane is not logical either. I don't care. I don't care if you're airport security or not. You don't fucking do that shit. And even if you're a disgruntled passenger and you hear a person that disagrees with you, deal with it. There's no reason to go over and cause a whole havoc and beating each other up over shit that makes no fucking sense of beating each other up for. You're not showing you're big. You're the bigger than anybody else. You're not Mister or Mrs. Big shit by doing that type of shit. You're showing your little fucking child wanting to show that you're gonna get your way whether you want to or not. Whether they want you to get your way or not. Essentially, that's not being an adult. And you don't know if there's children on there, and you're showing the children, if there was any or is any children on that same flight, you're showing the wrong way of dealing with many different situations and issues. And if you are a parent yourself, I will pride and praise the children protective services to take your damn child away. If you're gonna be so ignorant and illogical by beating each other up, I don't care what the reason is. If the person doesn't agree with you, or even if he bumps into you and he apologizes, you don't give him the evil eye either. You just brush it off and enjoy your flight wherever the hell you're going. I don't care where it is. You don't fucking do that shit. You want to be an adult. You want to be treated like an adult. You don't want to be dragged off the plane, and you don't want to have a criminal record follow you for more than 7 years. You better listen to what I say, because I speak the truth and fact on everything I've said. The basic fact is that there's been many other situations and issues going on, and believe me, people do not know how to respect any other person. And with that, when they show disrespect to other people, I don't care who you are, I don't care where you're at, I don't care what state you live in or what have you else. You show respect if you truly respect yourself. You show respect to others if you truly respect yourself. If you can't do that, then you don't truly respect yourself, even if you try to claim that you do, which is a whole bunch of horsepucky. Here's another issue, and this one I praise the governor, Greg Abbott of Texas. I praise you on this, brother. This is a positive. Okay, what aside from the fact that Jerry Brown was trying to turn this state, the state of California, into a sanctuary city or a sanctuary state, essentially. Greg Abbott did the logical, just so that no city in within the state of Texas is able legally to to turn their city sanctuary. Good Snapple. Anyway, he made it law. Greg Abbott made it law to where no state within the state of Texas can turn themselves sanctuary. Only if Jerry Brown would use the same logic. Then, of course, San Francisco, the city of Frisco, would not be so secluded from the rest of California because the mayor of Frisco, declared um, he declared San Francisco as a sanctuary city, which basically closes off the whole city away from the rest of the state. Bad move, dude. And I can't really say if the mayor before the current mayor would have done that. Even the one before him would have done that. I pray that they wouldn't because that would be stupid. But of course, they're getting funding from Jerry Brown regardless, which is stupid and illogical, and it's not within the Constitution of even the United States as well as the state itself. But of course, Jerry Brown and as well as the liberals, they ignore logic, obviously, and they go into non-reality. Not very many people realize that. Whoever wants to believe that I'm telling you a load of shit, that's your right. But the basic fact is, that eventually, if you really, really think about it, you will find that I am right. And whoever is going to be in support of Hillary Clinton's little group, why don't you go ahead and join them? You'll be bashed, you'll be attacked, you'll be everything that's negative within the English vocabulary. Okay, just like there was what was known as what was it gay bashing in the 1990s, where one person was just watering his lawn, and even though a certain number of people knew that he was gay, some asshole on videotape as well, when he didn't even know that he was being videotaped at this point, and it was on the news. He attacked a innocent person just because of his sexual preference. Illogical move. Anybody who does that, regardless of sexual preference, is an idiot and is a child. I don't care if you consider yourself a fucking adult. You do any shit like that, you're a child. You do the shit that what happened to me today, um, you're a child. Just like the damn liberal, leftist, idiot Democrats, or as Rush Limbaugh would say, the leftist liberal Democrats. Now, one question: Do you consider yourself logical, even after all the videos you've watched of mine? Do you consider yourself logical? I'm not here to judge like the idiot that I was afraid that was acting like a complete jackass in front of me over the 25 bus stop for no apparent real logical reason, because he's an idiot and the most liberal voters are idiots anyway, acting like they know more than the rest of America, which they don't, because they're only following what the liberal politicians say and voice out and or claim, which basically shows that they can't really use their own minds because they forgot how to. Like the dumbass, like I said, who I ran into on the 25 bus stop in Sacramento, California. So that is that on that one. But if he runs into me after watching this video, he ain't gonna like me very much even after watching this video, and I don't give a damn. I'm here to help the American people in any way I can, and to help our youth have a better education and future, be that of course a brighter, and also do it where we have more employment in this country, including California. I'm here to make sure the American people's rights and freedoms are not taken away by the idiot politicians, starting with the um, liberal idiots. I'm making sure that people are treated with respect and act like actual adults, and be that, of course, their age. But if they so choose not to, then something is definitely wrong with them. And again, that's not a judgment; that's a fact. If you want to know more of what I know, please do comment. But I can tell you, I do hope that if you are a liberal voter, know that I respect you because you are Heavenly Father's child, but also you're a human being. But I do pray and hope that you do respect me regardless of my political choice, voting and otherwise. Thank you. Have a good day, ladies and gentlemen, and please stay safe. Do not get hurt in any way.